Vanta's eyes are so expressive, and so are Dopey's. Like, every frame of Vanta I see is him going... That's every frame of Vanta is just like that. Vanta's eyes have its own language. They really do. Vanta can really, like, he can be an actor. Like, the way he's so expressive. And I know he's not acting either. Like, I've met the guy in real life, and he's like that. I've met the guy in real life. He's a really handsome dude, by the way. I've met him in real life, and his eyes are so expressive. Crazy. I think one of the first things, like, we said to each other when we saw each other, we're like, I went up to him and I was like, you're a handsome guy. And then he was like, bro, he said to me instantly, you're so stylish. He's like, can you please send me the link to those rings? And I was like, yeah, of course. He was really cute. Niji fans? Yeah. I was in a room with all of KRISIS, and I was the first senpai to ever... Like, I went on with all of them to get ramen. And when they weren't looking, I was like, we were walking and I was like, my throat is itchy. And I was like, guys, there's a vending machine. And I was like, do you guys know how to work it? And they were like, no. And I gave them like 300 yen. And then I was like, here you go. Can you try and get me something hot to drink, please? The three of you. And they were like, okay, senpai hex. And then they did it. And then we ordered ramen. But I only did that because I wanted to pay for their ramen. So I paid for all of their ramen, and they were like, oh my god, senpai hex, this is so sweet, this is the first time, blah blah blah, thank you so much. And I was like, yeah, no worries, boys. And then we ate, and they were so happy. It was so funny because they were so quiet. You know KRISIS is really noisy, you know, like, especially Wilson and Vanta, they're like yappers, right? And they were yapping the whole time. But then the moment the food arrived, you know, boys, Chan, the moment their food arrived, they were scarfing down. I was so dainty and everything. I was like, my back was straight, I had my chopsticks perfectly positioned. I was holding the spoon ladle, and I was like carefully sipping the hot soup. And both Vanta and Wilson were like, while I was just like carefully, respectfully putting in spoonful by spoonful into my mouth, perching the noodle very carefully on the chopsticks and making sure that I don't spill. And Vanta was like done in 2 minutes, and he was like, that's so good. So funny. I was so happy. I felt like a happy dad seeing them eat. I don't know, I like seeing people eat. Makes me happy to see people eat. I like seeing people eat. If you ever lived with me, or if I had a partner, I would always just want to see them eat. It's so cute. I like seeing people eat. Could you pass along a hug to KRISIS? They're so cute. They're really cute. They're very good boys. I have to say, between the four of us, and if you knew, you would know this too, but between the four of us, I'm a bad, like, I'm really the bad boy. Like, they're such good boys. I'm really a bad boy in comparison. Like, all of them, especially UQ, when we're going through things, they're like, what are the rules? What should we do? Blah 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 blah. And then Zali's like, I don't know, we should look at the rules and maybe find out what needs to be done before we even do the game. And then Vanta's like, yeah, that's crazy, we should go look at the rules. And then I'm just like, I just jump in, you know, like, I feel really bad because I'm kind of like a bad example. I'm a bit of a bad boy in comparison.